Welcome to Karen's Creature Comforts for the day of May 22nd, 2017. Hello back, all you subscribers and new viewers. Welcome. Today we got quite a lineup. We have no surprise in pulling the Nine of Cups cards coming off the weekend. Because Nine of Cups talks about enjoying your friends and family members, material comforts, children. Talks about allowing, enjoying the simple pleasures in life. Your wish comes true. For what you wish for finally manifests. Financial hopes are currently realized. Luxury and material comforts come to you now. You're surrounded by beauty and happiness. Could just mean love of life, pleasure, freedom, things working out the way you hoped, self-satisfaction. So yay, that weekend was a joyful one. Especially it's a weekend right prior to Memorial Day weekend that actually jumpstarts summer here in the States. And we pulled the Knight of Coins card. Doreen Virtue has entitled this the Knight of Earth card. And rightfully so, because that could be a person who loves animals. Also is loyal, dedicated, honorable, kind. Somebody who's a vegetarian, perhaps. They love nature. They're detail-oriented people, diligent, honorable, kind. They have renewed motivation and or increased abundance, business, travel, and or highlights a guardian angel. And that's exactly what this card with the knight sitting on the horse looks like, a guardian angel. And I'm supposed to say something that I'm getting some hellos from the other side about the Knight of Coins card, so if they could please repeat that would be great. Yeah, Spirit's saying that you should get out and enjoy nature because there's some weather coming for some of us. And I thought they were going to say a little bit more, but they will later. And then in front of us is the Hierophant card. And I have a funny little story about the Hierophant. I took a power nap, and in my dream space I was shown Jesus as the Hierophant, and he was a swarthy, complected man, but I knew him to be Jesus in my dream, right? And the Hierophant card is an interesting, the way they were showing me is kind of like, they also show me a past life of being in houses that are raised on stilts, like indigenous houses. And I want to say maybe, and I don't know my geography or history. I'm not an anthropologist. My partner, Steve's an anthropologist, but it's not in this part of the world. It's on the other side of the globe. Anyway, so they were showing me how the Hierophant typically in their culture, their culture is handed down from person to, from generation to generation. And then they have, yes, what am I supposed to say? They have a history of, they have the storyteller, and that's how they value the generations and keep the generations going is by, storytelling. So that's their idea of the Hierophant, or the spiritual leader, and they have a distinct part in their culture, which Americans don't really have that. Well, I shouldn't say we don't have that, because we have all the spiritual communities within our religious communities and that kind of thing. But this was shown to me so that I would be inspired to talk about the Hierophant card and how I also saw a part of that vision. I saw my shadow on a beach, and the water was crystal clear. So who knows? That looked more like something that's going to happen to me in the future. But this will inspire you to think about who's been the Hierophant in your life and who's inspired you to walk your path or live an integrous life or make difficult choices, that kind of thing. But I was really motivated and inspired by my power nap. And Einstein used to take power naps. He would sleep for 2 hours and get up and go back to his incandescent light creation. So anyway, the Hierophant, they're also talking about the power of prayer here, and or doing the right thing. Break out of the box. Think outside the box. See how I broke outside the box by telling you an interesting anecdote, interesting story. Discussing various methods, old and new. And align yourself with organizations, like-minded organizations or people. Could be a spiritual teacher. Again, the power of prayer. Having a support group or friends with a spiritual basis. And then I did write down some of the things that people should highlight today because it's a good day. Talk to people they trust. Work with like-minded people. Run through the meadow, walk through a field, go foraging, pick wild berries, research ways to improve your money space online, join an organization of like-minded people, review resorts and visualize being there to reduce stress. And for some reason I heard make boysenberry jam. Now, just saying those things, I feel like my blood pressure is reduced because that just sounds fun, making boysenberry jam, and I heard it's very delicious, and I think it brings back a lot of fond memories for people on the East Coast. And reviewing resorts and visualize being there, you know how they do biofeedback and actually reduces people's blood pressure when they visualize a meadow in the center of their head, or visualize a resort. Maybe you've been to a resort, and Steve and I have been to a resort in Hawaii, and we had such a great time there. Just loved the Hawaiian Islands, and just thinking about the flowers and how wonderful they smell and how wonderful the people there are in Hawaii, and the sand and the really beautiful blue waters, glistening waters. Just talking about it just starts relaxing the mind and visualizing and imagining Steve and I back there. That would just be a wonderful thing. Anyway, so do that for yourself. Review resorts, visualize being there to reduce your stress. And anything else? Any last words to kind of tie this together? Supposed to discuss people's ability to create from visualization. I heard if you visualize something consistently for like 15 minutes a day for 3 weeks, you will bring the desired object to you. So if you have a car mock-up, for instance, visualizing walking through, getting into the car, riding with the radio with the windows down, or feeling the interior of the car and playing with the gadgets, increasing the volume of the satellite radio, Sirius, and that you will bring it to you. And what else would you like me to say, Supreme Being, in regards to that? Actually, I've done that exercise. And I just heard if you diligently apply the art of visualization for 15 minutes for 21 days, there's something about 21 days, that you will be able to bring the desired object to you. If you could think about this in joy, so like relax your headspace enough to let the infinite bring it to you and not place limitations on it. Like, so you have to be in a meditation space, and so that, and let joy wash over you when you think about these things and actually see yourself in the picture. And what else, Supreme Being? I'm just supposed to say, in undoubted, it works. Like that. It works. It works. So, they're also saying that you can work with these principles to bring little things to you, like maybe you're someplace, maybe you're in your job and you need a bottle of water and you want somebody to bring that to you. Yes, and don't put the limitations on how it's going to come to you. Just allow the infinite to manifest that for you. The infinite being God. Some people are comfortable with the infinite, and some people are comfortable with God. So I've said both to appease both of you. And oh, that's funny. I'm just supposed to say that joy is one of the joyful things in life, meaning we might as well run joy because we are going to be here. And it does make things easier when you run joy through your body and you do it routinely. It's a good meditation space. I do firmly believe that it will take age off of you. But why don't you try and see? And thanks so much. It's always been a wonderful spending time with you. And I hope this has elevated, lifted or inspired you. And until the next time we see each other, bye-bye.